Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Dan.
What's up? I'm Zach.
Welcome to Burban Vikings. This is episode 3. And what are we doing today, Zach?
We are mostly going to be listening to you guys. You got some questions for us, and we want to answer them.
That's right.
We're also going to be drinking some whiskey. So I'd like to start off today's episode. We talked last week about Borderline.
Right.
This week was a good buddy of ours, Justin Meek's birthday.
Yep.
I got permission from
no. That would be on Monday next week, the 31st.
Oh, we celebrated it this week.
Right.
Okay. I talked to his mom and his sister, and they said it was cool that we brought him up here. So
cool.
I would just like to kick this episode by honoring him.
Yeah.
With maybe a moment of silence, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah.
And, everybody at home can kind of take time to reflect on it, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
Cool. Let's get at it. Okay, and with that, in honor of their name, I brought some of Dan's famous whiskey that is yet to be unnamed. This is Dan's recipe, and I'd like to have just a little sip.
Oh, bottoms up, buddy. Bottoms up.
To both of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Attaboy.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that too much?
You tell me. So, guys, this is 192 proof.
It's hot.
Yeah, if you've ever had spicy liquor, this is the definition of it.
Would you say it's going to tickle on the way down?
It's like a very ferocious, violent, angry tickle.
Would you say we're going to taste anything after this?
Well, we do have whiskey on hand as well.
Let's mess around and find out. Cheers, buddy.
To you, my friend.
Smooth. All right. So let's get into our whiskey. Buddy of mine, Brian Williams. I was in the Navy with him.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen him since A school. It was like 8 years, but called me today to give me a suggestion on some bourbon. My lips are numb. This is Woodinville. It's handmade in Washington State. Straight bourbon whiskey, 90 proof. Manly.
I'm ready. I'm excited. Never heard of this stuff before, and oh yeah.
Nobody liked this poker table anyway.
I mean, you didn't spill anything on it?
Whose idea was it to drink moonshine? All right, buddy. Let's give that a taste. Thank you, Brian.
It's literally water in comparison.
It's good, though.
It cools down the burn. As crazy as that sounds, you guys.
So if you're ever wondering, you go out, you want to impress your friends, drink some whiskey straight, like water. Come on down and get you some of Dan Seco's special White Lightning.
That's right, the feds.
All right, so
I've got a surprise for you here as well.
Right on.
So, we, on these past couple of episodes, have talked a lot about our lineage. Well, I took the liberty of ordering stuff off the internet that is wrapped twice, because once is not good enough, apparently. And we are actually going to be taking DNA tests to see where the hell we're from, buddy.
Mom, you better not lie to me, because I've been really gloating about this.
So these take about 3 to 4 weeks to get the results back. And I'm going to grab my knife because I'm sick and tired of playing with
this. This is badass. I've actually been wanting to do this, so thank you.
Me too. So I figured this would be a good place to do it, good time to do it, and what better reason than for me to probably have more Viking blood in me than you.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know if we have to pee in a cup or whatever, but I'm going to send this to it if we have to. This is for science. I will pee in a cup on camera in the name of science. So
I'm a little gun shy.
Looks like it doesn't want to open all the way up.
Do we have to do this on camera?
I don't know what this is, so let's kind of figure out this whole situation. We have DNA kit activation reminder.
Before sending back your sample. We can do that later.
I have to spit in a tube. That's what it looks. Are there two? We could have just bought one. Oh, no, hang on.
For my lovely fiance, Christina.
I will save one for my lovely dog. Find out what other breeds.
Than her.
I might be a lot more Jewish than her.
Yeah, man. Let's
We'll do these later. Yeah. But anyway, I'm excited to figure out, and that's something we will share the results of on another episode, you guys. So without much further ado.
Very great idea.
Thank you.
Let's get into the questions.
That's exactly what I was just saying.
The old Instagram
yes, sir. That's the plan. So we are going to answer your guys' questions off of our Instagram post. Our Instagram page is Burban Vikings. So that's Burban_Vikings, no caps. And let me pull this up real quick. I have to go for my personal page.
I also want to toss out that while we did kind of see some of the questions come in, I don't know about you, but I haven't really read them and thought of them. I wanted it to be natural. So
I agree entirely. I didn't read any of them and give them any thought. I read a few of them here and there about what they actually were, but I didn't put any thought into them because I thought it'd be more natural to just give the answer organically. So without much further ado, we are going to start with our first question from Zach Margison. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, big guy. Should marijuana be made a legal substance for all pro athletes to use while competing, since it's not a performance-enhancing drug?
I really like this question. You started off with probably my favorite question that I happen to see so far. Do you want me to start? Or
go ahead.
Would you like to go?
Go ahead.
Okay. Personally, yeah, I think marijuana should be legal for many reasons. Like Zach said, it's not a performance.
Would you like to read the question?
Should marijuana be made a legal substance for all pro athletes to use while competing? Yeah, I think it should, because if these athletes can go out and celebrate a victory, drinking a beer or any kind of alcohol, I tend to categorize them in the same area.
Understandably.
Marijuana was made illegal for a lobbying reason many years ago.
Yep.
If it doesn't give you an edge over your competitor and you're going to allow pro athletes to drink alcohol, I think they should be able to use marijuana as well. What do you think?
I agree. There are athletes that have actually come out. I can't remember which ones by name, but they've said that they have been high during games. So clearly the drug screenings are either not frequent enough, not accurate enough. Roger Goodell, I'm not talking to you. You need to make football again. But if it doesn't affect their performance and it doesn't affect the people they are, they're not going out committing violent crimes because of it, who cares?
Lumping in alcohol with marijuana, I don't know if I'd show up to a game drunk. So
I would not show up to a game drunk. Absolutely not. But you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that settles our question there for both of us, right?
I'm not going to lie. I thought you were going to be against it, man.
No, why would I be against it?
Get naked and wrestle on camera.
Not until episode 4.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway, all right. We've got Kyle Lundy. Let's hear you boys talk about your most embarrassing moments. Jeez.
Which ones?
Yeah, I've got a lot of those.
Shit, even in 2 episodes, I've had enough that we had to cut out on camera and we're saving them for a blooper reel.
That's true. Thanks to our wonderful producer, Val, behind the camera, the man with the plan.
Val, I brought you a glass. Do you want some whiskey? You
do?
Yeah.
Okay. He nodded, you guys. He nodded. We're not force-feeding some guy tied to a chair.
Talk, entertain our people.
So, I guess I'll start off with my most embarrassing moment in that case. I've had a lot of most embarrassing moments in my life. I can't really pinpoint them to one. So let me talk about a phase in my life that was real embarrassing. For a long period of time, I'm going to say probably my freshman year when 2 of these guys rose to popularity, up until my junior year before I cut my Jufro off. I rocked a solid Jufro from like 7th grade to about junior year of high school. And I got compared to Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen more times than you could shake a stick at.
Can you laugh like Seth Rogen?
So that's one of my party tricks. As a man of Jewish descent, it's a talent we're all given. Yeah, I can do a really good Seth Rogen impression.
I think you can do better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Try me.
laugh like Seth Rogen.
Give me something to say.
Oh, you're gonna speak like him.
Oh my God, I'm so high right now. Anyway, so I got compared to them, Jonah Hill and Seth
Val's
Rogen.
dying over there.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, no, he didn't know that I have that up my sleeve. Yeah, so it's funny, but it's also embarrassing because you get compared to Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill for arguably the most formative years of your life in terms of your self-confidence. Like, how do you approach a girl and be like, "Hey, Susie Q, I think you're great," and she's like, "You're Seth Rogen," and you're like, and cry yourself out of there. So I'd say that's probably one of the most embarrassing things about me. I don't know if it's a particular moment or just this limbo that I lived in as this alternate Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen being.
Can we do a Zac and Dan make a porno?
No.
Episode?
No.
All right.
Okay, so your most embarrassing moment.
I really have been racking my brain, and this is not to sound cocky and say I don't have embarrassing moments, but I think that I embarrass myself at least on a weekly basis, that I can't think of any one incident that just stands out.
Fair.
Let me get back on it.
Okay.
Because I really want it. Like,
we will circle back to this one.
But like I said, I didn't really sit back and think about these answers because I want them to be like organic. So we'll see.
So Tyler Munoz asked the question, what is one thing you would tell your 16-year-old self with the knowledge you have now?
Is that something somebody posted on there, like invest in Apple and...
Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone would say that, I mean, like when I was in high school, I had a friend that we both knew what Bitcoin was. Mm-hmm. And it was a joke back then, it was like 0.0005 cents was a Bitcoin. And we were like, let's put $100 in. And if it blows up, we'd be rich. And we didn't. Yeah.
Just like, I'm waiting for
we
like
totally
this extravagant, like I'm actually worth like,
I'm a huge billionaire. No, I'm not Bruce Wayne.
We didn't.
I'm not any sort of crazy billionaire. $100 was a lot of money at the time, when you're in high school, $100 is a lot of money. That's what I'm saying, Back, looking back on it, we were idiots. But how could we have known?
True. And I'm going to get a little, sentimental here, but if I could go back and tell my 16-year-old self one thing, it'd probably just be hang on. I wouldn't do anything different because I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing if I lived my life some other way.
I think that's a good answer. Go on, sorry.
No, that's okay. It just, I actually was thinking about this question the other day, and it's it's like a butterfly effect type of thing, right? Like there's so many different ways your life could go. And the way I look at it is a lot of the things that I have now, I would not cherish the same way if I were spoiled and didn't have to kind of overcome some obstacles to have what I have.
If you came by more easily.
Right.
Yeah.
So all the experiences, all the hardships, all the bullshit that I've been through paid off and will continue to pay off. I'm still going to go through life and but so I wouldn't change a damn thing. I would tell myself, hang on.
There you go. I'd probably tell myself just about the same thing, I mean, just keep being you. Be authentic to yourself. Don't worry about making other people so happy.
Yeah.
There was on one hand, there were a lot of lessons I learned from trying to always keep other people happy. And naturally, when you do, you fall short occasionally and you beat yourself up about it. So on one hand, I wish I never felt that way. But on the other hand, I learned a lot about myself, others, and life because of that. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm kind of in the same boat as you here.
There is one big kind of caveat to this question.
What's that?
I don't know if we even want to get into it. We can cut it if we don't want to, but would we go back and warn ourselves about the shit that was coming?
No.
That's a hard thing to do. If you could stop people from dying.
If you could warn yourself about it, Do you think it would change the future?
That is a very deep question.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know if we have enough time in this podcast to address
that. On to the next question.
Next question.
If you guys want us to touch more on that, let us know.
Please. So, next question is James Tobin, and his question is, with all the divisions in America, people in the current time, what do you think we can look to as shared experiences that unite us?
That question could be interpreted a few different ways.
Especially with all the new developments going on every single day.
Let me read this again.
Okay. It's, yeah, you can see it. Right there.
Okay. With all the divisions in America's people in the current time. So, the big divide in our country, it's no secret, right? What do you think we can look to as shared experiences that unite us? Like something to look forward to that could bring us all together?
Or is it something that we all already have to bring us all together?
I think with the current state, with COVID going on and everything, we've all gotten a lot more family time and friend time. And I think that's something to value and cherish. And I think maybe because we're all so sick of being kind of stuck at home and not being able to live our normal lives, we might be taking it for granted a little bit. And I think we should probably take a step back and really embrace what's going on right now, because you can find some light in every dark tunnel, you know? I mean, yeah. So I'm hanging on to that, you know?
Yeah.
Christina and I were working out every day, and we're investing in our future, and we're looking at, you know, where we want to move to, and we're planning, and we're just taking advantage of all the downtime. So
I think that's very admirable.
Thank you.
What do I think unites people in these times of such great division? I would say humor unites us all. What we deem humorous is entirely subjective, but everybody wants to laugh. Our humanity unites us all. I think even back in episode 1, we talked about what do people want. And I think we talked about security and what that means to each individual.
I recall it was so long ago, but I remember.
Yeah, it was, 2-3 long weeks ago. Grueling, really.
I hope we can actually have that conversation, though. Like, I hope we get to, like, episode 672. And we're like,
I remember.
We were joking on week 3 about, you know, man,
you know,
we've come a long way.
Yeah. But I think that what unites all of us, we all want to be happy and to share good times with people. Whatever your definition of sharing good times is, I think that's what really unites us. For you and I, and even maybe Val here, even though we totally don't have him, you know, chained down to a chair or anything, you and I have a great time doing this.
That's the main reason we're doing it.
Yeah, we really, you know.
COVID. I thank COVID for this. This idea would not, the time and the idea wouldn't have happened.
I agree.
And I got one thing, one piece of advice for the gentleman who asked this question. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. James. And for everybody who's interested in this question, but maybe take this time to reach out to somebody who lives a completely different lifestyle from you.
Learn about them.
Try it out.
Yeah.
Maybe learn something new about yourself. Take advantage of this time to really explore your life.
I think that's important. I think, I have a lot of friends on Facebook, and I can only speak for myself here, but I try and not delete people with a different view than I have. I think that's to be trapped in your own little, think tank, for lack of a better way to put it, to be in an echo chamber. That's what I meant to say. Is unhealthy. You say your opinion and everyone on your friends list repeats it back to you. If you aren't forced to defend your logic, if you can't back that logic up, you should be a little afraid of the way you're thinking. There should be reason behind why you think the way you think.
That's very true. It's a double-edged sword, though, because once you're there, you don't know it, usually.
You could be right.
Right on.
Maybe we are all insane.
Oh,
It's the other guy, not me. I'm not insane. Yeah. Okay, next question.
These are great questions.
They are. Thank you guys very much. We really like these insightful questions. Okay, Steve Campbell with what is the meaning of life? Look, I'm going to answer this right away. Dodge trucks are the meaning of life.
Ram.
Buy yourself a Ram.
If you don't have a Ram, you're not living your fullest life.
Man. But in a more serious sense, what is the meaning of life?
Thanks, Steve, for being so specific.
You know what? I think this is a wonderful opportunity for me to share what little wisdom I have. Somebody I admire very, very greatly has told me for a very long time that nothing in life has value unless it can be shared.
I love that.
Yeah. Those would be the words of my father. Nothing in this life has value unless it can be shared. The meaning of life, I think, is similar to what brings people together in these trying times. The meaning of life is to share good times, good memories. If you have extra, if you got extra fries, you're going to share them with your friends, I know you never have extra fries. But I really do think that
Speak for yourself.
Sharing good times, good memories, and good emotions, good thoughts with people is the meaning of life. What about you?
There's many meanings of life, but I don't know, man. I think the biggest thing, and I wish I could cite where this is coming from, but I saw it's like a motivational video. I like to watch those, get pumped videos to get up and go work out or anything that I don't necessarily want to do or that I know is going to hurt. Get a little amped up. And there was this one video. It was almost filmed like a Nike commercial. And it was all about finding your why. You wake up and you ask, why? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why? Answer the why to anything any obstacle you're about to take on. Why am I about to do it?
Right.
Because you answer that question for yourself. What's on the other side? You kind of tell yourself why it's worth taking on whatever's in front of you. So I think one good meaning to life is to find your why and pursue it. And I'm going to find out that video because I'd like to share it. Maybe I'll post it on the page.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
It's only like a couple minutes long, but it's
beautiful.
It really gets me going. I haven't seen it in a while, but it just popped into my head. So
yeah, to get myself pumped up, I actually paid Gordon Ramsay $14,000 to send me a personal video of telling me I ain't shit. I'm playing, totally playing.
That got dark.
It's like you don't know me.
Yeah. Touche.
Okay. Question from Miss Lacey. Most #Viking thing you have done. Follow up. How to convert a city boy into a Viking.
I have competed in some Highland games, and I know that's actually Scottish, but I feel like wearing a kilt and rocking a beard and throwing heavy shit around is pretty Viking-esque, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So that's probably the most Viking thing, even though it's not.
No,
and I really enjoyed it and would like to get back into it when the world opens up.
Highland Games is great. I used to be a shot putter and discus thrower in high school, you guys. And I have multiple friends who've competed in the Highland Games, not just Zac here. And I even practiced for him, and I never actually went out for it. So
it's super fun.
It is really fun to just do the events, the camaraderie that comes with it. Because I was a shot putter, I kind of understand the camaraderie that goes with being a big boy surrounded by other big boys and you're all throwing stuff for distance, and it's just fun. I do own a kilt. I own a sporran. I go to Renaissance fairs because I kick ass. Fat guys with beards always go wearing kilts, and if you can buy a sword, if you can buy a sword, it's good to go. That's pretty much the precursor.
I think what I honestly enjoyed a lot about the Highland Games, and also a lot of you guys know I played semi-pro football, and that was a lot of fun.
If you guys didn't know, now you know.
I may actually play again next season. We'll see how time looks.
Okay.
I just can't get away from it. I've injured myself. I played 4 seasons with the 805 Bears, and 2 of those seasons, one of them I broke my ankle to the point I've got a metal plate and 6 screws in my leg.
Yeah.
And then came back the next season slow and out of practice, but made it through the whole season. And then the following season after that, I hyperextended my elbow. I thought I broke it. I had to go to the hospital. It was terrible. Ended my season. But I digress. But anyway, something cool about being around these big boy sports is because I'm a pretty big dude. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird. Like, you feel like everybody else there is pretty big dude, and you don't feel so different. Now, granted, I like being a big dude. I like being tall. But I get sometimes it's nice to just hang out with like-minded fat boys.
That's the truth.
That's why we're here.
Little fun fact, or I guess story. When I was throwing shot put and discus in high school, all the teams kind of had a personality. You know, each team had its own personality. And my team was totally the coolest. We did thrower soccer, which was basically just violence with a soccer ball. We played a game called violence ball as well, so those two are not to be confused. That was as a method of conditioning. That's basketball, but on 2 courts with a medicine ball that you could use as a weapon. You could check in between the shoulders and the belt.
This was in high school?
Oh, hell yeah. Really cool coaching.
In Newberry Park, California.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a great time.
Hell yeah, dude.
Having said that, there was this beauty about approaching throwers from another team and immediately being friends. Whereas, you know, guys that ran the 400 or the 100-yard dash or whatever they call it, you know, they're enemies from the start. They don't talk. They're not friends. Big boys walk up to each other. I remember at a meet, there was a coach that had baked potatoes and a number 10 can of nacho cheese from Smart and Final, opened it up, and on the tailgate of his truck was dipping these potatoes into cheese and just handing them out to kids.
If that's not American, I don't know what the fuck.
If that's not camaraderie, I don't know what is. You know, I think that's what we need more of in sports. And you get that in big boy sports. We need more nacho cheese. Next question.
All right. Wait, you forgot to mention how to turn a city boy into a Viking.
How to turn a city boy into a Viking. I'll let you know when I get there. Okay. I didn't answer that question.
Well, go ahead.
Is
there a way? I mean, there has to be, right? Move to Scandinavia.
Most Viking thing you've done. Well, the most Viking thing I've done. Probably throw heavy stuff for fun. Yeah. It's pretty Viking-esque of me.
All right.
Yeah. Mosh pits. I like those a lot.
Our similarity. Cut that part. Our similarities are our pitfall here.
Yeah. Let's see here. Follow up how to convert a city boy into a Viking. I was born in Tarzana. People regularly ask me if I'm from anywhere else than there. I don't know if you can convert a city boy to a Viking or whether they kind of have to just see it in themselves.
Well, okay, what defines a modern day Viking? Because we have, 80 genders to choose from now. I figure you could probably identify as a Viking if you wanted to. It's as easy as that in California.
If you are diligent in what you do, if you are steadfast in your beliefs, and if you continue to improve yourself based on competing with your own self, I think that makes you more of a Viking than most can say. I think those are probably values that Vikings actually held very near and dear to themselves. So I think that's it. That and be uncompromising.
And I don't want to go around and actually call myself a Viking. I hope that's clear.
I'm not a Viking, you guys.
Well, you don't know. You don't know.
We don't know. We gotta pee in a tube that's
Oh, we gotta pee in it?
No, we gotta spit in it. But if we did have to pee in it, it's this big.
That'd be fine.
So we'd both be fine. But
speak for yourself. That's too big for me, buddy.
Hey-o. Okay, we do drive Rams.
Big truck.
Next question. What is your zombie apocalypse plan? This is asked by Jess Young.
My future sister-in-law
asked
that question,
yes.
Jessica. Okay, so I assume zombies aren't good at climbing. So we have a balcony in our bedroom to which I would probably climb up on the roof and have Christina hand me all of my ammo cans and all of my rifles, and I'd probably just sit up there and have a heyday and pick them off and I don't know, man. I probably would actually save it. I mean, if we're getting serious, I got to save some of that ammo for hunting, Yeah. You got to eat.
Yeah. Is there a caliber you'd save?
At home, right? Probably use that to purify some water.
Yeah. We could purify water if we needed to.
What was your question then?
What caliber would you save for hunting? And do you have ammo already?
22, probably.
Okay,
it's
so
cheap.
you're eating
it's
small
abundant.
game.
Around here, yeah. We have some small deer. That's the biggest thing you're going to find around here.
Yeah.
Mostly rabbits and squirrels run around. Mm-hmm. So, a slingshot. Probably do all right if I got good enough with it.
Realistically, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
My zombie apocalypse idea. Or plan, I guess. Unlike Zach, I have my Go box in my truck. And in addition to that, I have so much more stuff at home, in the garage, wherever. Well, probably reach under my bed, grab my 12 gauge, start blowing some zombies to hell. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. The first day would be fun.
The first day would be fun.
Apocalypse, like you actually have to plan.
I think the first thing I would do after being like, cool, I just yeeted like 15 zombies. Yote. What is the past tense? That's for another day.
Pick up your brass.
When they have been yitten.
Yes, yitten. Past tense.
Yeah. Yiggity.
I love it.
So after I kill like 15 to 7,000 zombies, I'm eventually going to start making phone calls and be like, hey man, is this just me or like what's going on in your neighborhood? How's the weather?
You assume that phones are going to work during a zombie apocalypse.
You're right, I do. Probably not.
You're 2 miles from here though, so like we can probably collaborate.
Yeah. Definitely trying to drop
I'm actually probably running to my mom's house.
Yeah.
She lives up against some hills that we could escape to if need be.
I know some spots that I will not disclose on camera because they modeled the character of Ron Swanson after me. So I am weird about that kind of stuff. I'd probably flee to the hills of Arizona.
Okay.
It's a long drive. I'm well aware of that.
Okay, why? I grew up there. I might be able to tell you a thing or two about Arizona.
This is like middle of nowheresville. Like drive through this town, you blink, you'll miss it. And this is 12 miles of dirt road away from there. No.
Okay. Smaller?
Smaller. This is a small town.
Oh, you have a town in mind?
Yes.
You're not going to tell me.
And it's 12 miles outside of that town on a dirt road. And I blew a tire going over a cattle guard 10 miles into that dirt road one time in my old Jeep Cherokee. And I got, you're probably right. I got stuck in my old Cherokee. It was a 2-wheel drive, and it was on Goodyear Wranglers that were definitely on their last leg. And I ended up, I was with my friend. We called his dad, whose property we were going to. And we went, what the hell do we do? There is not a tire shop nearby. Do you have a friend that could come jack us up and give us a tow or whatever? And I had just gotten a locking rear diff installed the previous day. So without that, I wouldn't have had any traction to my right rear tire. It would have been an open diff,
right?
1-wheel drive.
1 tire fire on the left side.
And that was the wheel that blew. Yeah. The left rear tire.
Okay.
So I would have been totally SOL. And because of that, I threw on a little donut tire and we parked in front of the tire shop in town. And me and my buddy were going to sleep in my Jeep until the tire shop opened. That was the plan. Sorry, we didn't park in front of the tire shop. We got bailed out by a man who I'm convinced to this day is a piece of God and was a good buddy with my friend's dad. And we were like, how can we thank you? And he's like, I'm having drinks at this bar in town. So we, with a donut tire that was significantly smaller than the other one, limped that Jeep on dirt road back into town for 10 miles. Took us about 45 minutes. We got there. We bought him drinks. We played pool. And he took us back to his house, which was massive in the hills of nowhere on a ranch.
Sounds fantastic.
We parked our Jeep there. He drove us back in his beat to hell 2nd gen Bronco. Or like Bronco 2, not a second gen Bronco. You know the ugly Broncos? It was that. And
debatable.
Drove us back to the bar. It was cool. I knew it was a real country bar because they were playing, when we parked in the parking lot and got out of my Jeep, they were playing David Allan Coe's You Never Even Called Me By My Name. And I went, nice.
So it wasn't Denim and Diamonds?
No. No, it was not.
Country bar?
It was a real country bar.
They sold
articles of clothing. And you want to know what articles they sold? They sold men's t-shirts starting at size 2X. Right on. They sold long sleeve hoodies, women's sizes extra small to 2XL or whatever, and women's G-strings with the logo of the bar on them.
Front or back?
Front.
Aw.
There's nothing on the back.
That's lazy.
Make of it what you will.
Put it on the string, dude.
Put it on the tag. That's about it. Anyway. What I mean to say by all this is that's probably where I'm hiding out. And I'll go down to that bar to catch drinks because none of those people are hanging out with zombies. They're yeeting those zombies.
We spent way too much time on Jessica's question.
Yes, we did. So I hope she feels some satisfaction in the fact that we took some time to really answer that. Question from a good friend of mine, Andy Oxner. Your favorite bourbon, favorite music artist, favorite animal. That's a lot. So we're just going to rapid fire these. Favorite bourbon.
Ooh.
I said rapid fire.
I can't you can't put me on the
spot. Top 3.
Like that. This is like when I try to be funny. That's the only time I'm not funny.
Fair. You guys, Zach doesn't like bourbon.
That's not true at all.
Then pick it.
Eagle Rare.
Okay. Well done. See?
Thank you, Morgan.
Kind of with a coin toss, when you flip a coin and you have two decisions, you know the one when it's in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big bullet bourbon guy. I really like bullet bourbon.
Me too, but to me that's not like
it's not a fine bourbon.
Everyday bourbon. That's your everyday whiskey.
That's why I like it.
I'll go and I'll grab a bottle. Yeah, I've drank a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Favorite music artist?
Right now?
Sure.
Cody Johnson.
Okay.
Don't shoot me.
Fair.
I freaking have such a man crush on that dude.
That's okay. My favorite music artist is Pantera.
Right on.
Yep. Way in the middle. Favorite animal? Are we going to rule out dog? Because that's like the precursor to this question.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite animal is dogs.
Let's rule out domestic pets as a whole.
Okay. So then what's your favorite animal after that?
A wolf, probably. Yeah. I mean, well, that's still a dog, but it's...
Yeah, but domesticate a wolf, I dare you.
That happens.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe when they're interbred with other dogs, but...
No, there are people with purebred wolves that are domesticated because they just, you are lucky enough to get them from a puppy and raise them.
Fair.
And you domesticate them, and then they're just like a house dog. They're just the size of my refrigerator.
Well, for the sake of that, I don't think we should consider them domesticated animals. Right. I think that stands.
Okay, cool. To say otherwise, like monkeys are pretty cool.
Monkeys are pretty cool.
I'd like to have one.
I think my favorite animal, besides a dog, probably elephants. I really like the elephants. They're really intelligent, very compassionate. They actually have kick-ass memories. And did you know that they can send each other signals through the ground up to 8 miles away through vibrations in the pads of their feet?
Nope.
Now you do.
That is super gangster.
Yeah. So
here I am thinking they were just some big old wrinkly balls of chewed up bubble gum. They're too heavy to jump.
No. They are smart, wrinkly balls of chewed up bubble gum. Yeah. Okay, last question we're dealing with here.
Oh, we're on the last one?
Last one.
Where are we at for time? All right.
Last question is, if the woodchuck can chuck wood, how much wood do you think the woodchuck can chuck? That was from Dylan McNay.
It's actually how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Well, anyway, he responded to his own comment below and said, and if that's not good enough, then what's your favorite color? I think that's a better question. But if there is a reason why you have that favorite color,
orange.
Elaborate. Orange?
No, I can't elaborate because my favorite color, it used to change a lot because I like a lot of colors. But I settled on orange once and said I'm never changing it again. That's it. So
I admire that. I
got sick of not making up my mind. I'm very, very indecisive. You'll get to know that. I can't decide on anything.
Fair.
So.
My favorite color is purple.
Why?
I don't know. I just like the shit out of purple. I really do.
Must be a Jew thing.
No, I just...
Russian?
No.
Just a Dan thing.
Yeah. I like purple, man. It's rich, it's comforting, it's
Is this related to food? Like, is there some kind of purple food that you love?
No.
Oh.
I just like purple.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a cool color.
Cool, man.
Yeah. So that's my favorite color.
I enjoyed this. I think we should do more. We should give this kind of a theme name.
The Ask Me Anything?
Yeah.
Well, let's come up with a theme name for the next one.
Okay.
But for now, I think that probably about concludes our time that we have for the evening.
I think it was nice to do a little more of a lighthearted thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, doesn't always have to be so serious. I hope we were able to make you guys laugh.
Yeah.
I laughed my ass off.
That's the most important part.
Yeah. So, well, thank you guys for tuning in. Those of you who are still sticking around and for some reason like listening to what we have to say.
Thank you very much, you guys.
Go ahead.
We're going to do our DNA tests probably right after this and submit that so we can get it back as soon as possible and share the results on camera with you guys. Because if I have any French in my blood, I'm not going to be happy about it.
I bet you
I'm
do.
not. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
We're going to find out. So, here's to you.
Here's to me, the best of friends that I could ever be. And if we should ever disagree, then fuck you and here's to me. This has been the Burban Viking podcast. Viking, not Vikings. Singular, not plural, because Dan is not a Viking. Cheers until next time.